How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the shop. We picked up this today. This is a Baldor um, grinder and buffer. Honestly, I really wasn't expecting to be getting a grinder anytime soon. I don't. Typically, I just use a stone to grind everything. But I happened to come across this at a garage sale for 15 bucks. So it was hard to pass up for sure. This isn't a brand that I'm familiar with, Baldor. I was doing just a little bit of research before this. Looks like they're still in business today. I think it's Baldor Reliance, and they make what seems to be really high quality equipment, also expensive equipment. So they still make grinders and buffers, and you can get them well over $1,000. So I think this one was made specifically. I want to say that this was made World War II era. I was doing a little bit of digging online. It was tough to find the exact specifics of this because it says Baldor grinder buffer. It gives you the UL number 48339B, but it doesn't give you any model number anywhere, which it makes it difficult. It does give you the category number of 612R. But then it also gives you, where was it? It was it was something else. What did I search? Well, I forget what I searched, but I think I found the model number. It was, I'm gonna post in the description and look, but anyway, I think this is, World War II era, because a lot of it is die-cast aluminum, which I think would have been fine for that time. They wouldn't have used iron, I don't think, then. So the sides are die-cast aluminum. I don't know what the base is, to be honest with you. The base might be cast iron. I don't know. I don't know a lot of the specifics, but it says 115 volts, 3,600 RPM. What does that say? 3.1 amps, 60 hertz. 1/3 horsepower. It's solid. It's a solid little machine. So I'm going to start it up and just show you guys the grinder. I don't really know how to make a better video than just showing you and talking about the machine. So we just flip this on here. That's where that is. So it runs super quiet. No vibration at all if you just feel it. I mean, if I bolt this to my workbench, it's going to be great. Really why I wanted this was because it had a buffer on it, which is going to be super helpful for really getting a nice polish on some of my tools. I have a couple brass pieces of hardware that I like to polish up, so having a polish wheel spinning this fast will be really nice. So I don't have to like put it up in my drill press and turn it on and move the bands and stuff, so I can just have this on here. There was a couple of problems with the power cord. There was, it looked like it got dinged, probably, touched the wheel for a second. I would assume that's what happened. It was in 2 spots, so I just put tape over it for now. I'm probably going to, at some point, replace the power cable itself. It is missing a couple hardware components, so I think, based off what I saw online, I think these or for covers to fold over the wheels. And also you can see that this one has the honing guide, but this side is not. So I'm gonna immediately take this one off and put it on this one because I want the grinder to have the honing guide. So I'm gonna take that off, but I'm also going to, right now, take off the bottom plate. Also, this is a very heavy little machine. It's just super solid. I mean, this honestly might be, I don't know how much this was new back then, but a new one of this right now is over $1,000. So this one might be, for this thing, this is one of the better, definitely better quality little machines I have in the garage, if not the highest quality one, because there's not a single plastic piece on this part. It's all metal. it's just simple, right? All the components, it's easy to fix. Like, my planer under there is a nice tool, but as far as just overall build quality of you know, that generation, like this is, I don't know, this thing's just super solid. When I lifted it up, I'm like, this is a well built machine, because he had two, and the one that was next to it had some plastic stuff, like plastic switch. The front looked plastic, and the two like kind of guides were plastic. But it also just had two grind wheels, which I don't need two. So when I saw this one, I'm like, well, and I kind of like that it's red. It gives a little bit of unique appearance. Not usually you don't find like big red, machines or little ones. So I'm going to be taking this plate off because I want to see how the power cord is wired. So let's go ahead and take that off. I don't know much about this. Like, I don't know if this has been cracked open, this bottom. I mean, these bolts may have been sitting here for, I mean, I don't know, for 80 years. Who knows? If I do the math, yeah. It could be 80 years. I mean, it could be 60, 80. I don't know. I could not find much information at all. And I'll post the one forum thread that I could find about it, but it was like people like speculating. So either I'm gonna have to get in contact with the company and ask like, hey, like if I send out a picture, could you help me identify this, which may be a possibility, or I just kind of oh my goodness. This. Everything was on there, guys. But also doesn't help that I'm using a massive flathead. There's this flathead. I don't know how old this is, but I'm a big fan of those. The Stanley, the acetite handles. Woo! Well, that's the bottom plate. It's pretty dirty. I'm gonna get a rag. Oh, never mind. We got one. Yeah. So let's just see that. It's already looking a little better. I wonder if that's just like dust that gets in from the grinder. Can't imagine that. We get a lot of dust in here. So this is going to be an easy swap out if I do this. It's just a regular, if you can see the top there, see that? That's not a difficult swap. I don't know if I'm going to put a new power cord. I mean, it doesn't need one technically, but obviously it's I mean, it doesn't even, right? I put tape over two spots. So, yeah, this is all just standard off-the-shelf stuff I can get now, like no weird proprietary stuff. So I'm gonna probably swap this out. I mean, I don't know what gauge this is. 18, maybe. I don't know. I'd have to guess on it, but yeah, that's not. So I'll probably swap that. So I'll have to get power cord from somewhere, or I could just probably. I feel like I have one from my computer that I could probably just wire up. That'd be fine. I don't know, we'll see. But another thing I was impressed about is the bolts. Or yeah, these bolts still have all like the red on them. So you could tell this has not. I mean, this may have never been opened. I don't know. It's definitely a possibility just based off of the condition right now. And the back plate is still like completely. I mean, it's in good shape. I mean, at least the bottom is. I know the top has its issues. It'd be really cool if we could like repaint this with some like red enamel or something. That'd be cool. A little bit of might be a little overkill for a benchtop grinder to completely redo, but I'm not sure. So I'll put this back for now. I mean, I know what to until I get the cord, and then I can crack it back open and hopefully get the terminals I need. It looked like just standard ones that I can get. It's off the shelf, so hopefully there's no issues there. And yeah, I don't know if I have a cord. Hopefully. that opened up. Next thing I wanted to do was I want to take off. I probably can take off these brackets, honestly, because they're not really, I mean, they're not doing anything currently. So I might take those off. I don't know what they, like, I don't know what they do with it. I might just crack this all off and see what's going on, because I don't know what those connect to. And this, you can see there's some rounding on these, so this has been cracked open a fair number of times. Which that is a small, I don't know if I have that size handy. I'm gonna check if I have that size real quick. That'll work. Hopefully I have the. Yes, I do. I'll tell you what the hardest thing about sockets is always finding the right adapter. Quarter inch to 3/8 to 1/2 or whatever it is. Yeah, if you can see I don't know if you can see it in the shot, but I have my the Echo gas blower that I was working on right next to me. I managed to fix the ignition coil. So I'm going to be posting an update on that, and then I'm going to take the rest of the carburetor out. Also, what is it doing? Is it just? Always tricky when they have such a small head on. I want to cool. Just cast a wheel. Yeah, so here's the. Spins really well. I mean, it just smells like old. Like all that stuff just has like old. I might need to take this off, guys, but I don't know how you lock the. Is there a way to lock the? Yeah, that's gonna like hit the thing. Let me take there a second. Pretty basic stuff though, nothing I love finding stuff like this the older machinery. That's crazy how long it lasts compared to new stuff. I mean, I could get a new grinder at Harbor Freight for how much do they sell? Like 70, 80 bucks maybe. But there's just a piece of junk. Like it's all just. I mean, I'm sure it'll last you, but it just doesn't even compete with the quality of wheels. I mean, but you also paid for it back in the day. I mean, so, Whew, what's going on there? Man, I don't know what this was used for, but you see that? This is the polisher side, and this is the grinder side. Man, I wonder if something spilled. See that? It almost looks like something spilled in the side of that. It feels like it's paint. I think it's paint. I think paint spilled on this at some point in time, which is interesting. So let's go ahead and crack these open. I need to wrench. And the socket that fits. Moving that question, what socket fits? There we go. The other question is, which one is this one to loosen? It looks like it loosened that side. There's got to be a way to lock this clutch, but I don't know how you do that. Man, that's cool. Look at that. Whew. So there's the grind wheel. And this looks like it's yeah, just the thing that holds the, I'm sure that one comes off too, but wow, you guys see that in there? I mean, you got all kinds of fun stuff. Look at that, that's nasty. We probably want to clean that out. I mean, it's got to be coming into close contact with the grinding wheel, I assume. Yeah, so these are just like super loose. I'm gonna probably take those out because they're not being used, or just screw them tight. I don't know, because I don't anticipate making a cover for this, because I'm not gonna, I mean, I could make one out of just like a steel bracket and some like plastic, but I feel like that just kind of oh, maybe I should. Not sure. You know, I definitely, you can always use more of those like metal trays to hold the bolts and everything. So I just get stuff everywhere. Okay. Yeah, I for sure can, at the very least, like, yeah, that's rubbing on that side too, actually. I gotta get that one off. Which, oh man, how do you lock this? Can you put a thing in there? Does it let you put some of these let you put a hex key in the middle. I don't know when that started, but I know some of them do. It's not looking promising yet. I don't know. Oh boy. How do you lock this clutch? I might have to figure that one out, because I need to get this side off. Maybe. Well, I think it's all we're gonna do for now. I'm gonna clean this out, just to fix it up, clean it up a little bit, just to make it a good usable machine for one of those benches behind there. But Anyway, thank y'all for watching. I think this was this is definitely a unique piece. Super cheap, super durable, super reliable. Again, it's a Baldor. What the brand is, you can look it up if you want to. I'm going to clean this up a little bit, and I will post something when it's cleaned up. So, thank you all for watching. Have a good one.